Hi everybody, welcome back to Sunshine Soap and Candle Company. Today I'm starting to get ready to make the soaps for my January soap release. I decided I wanted January's soaps this year, coming up into 2021, to be really celebratory, light, airy, and just whimsical and fun. So I'm ready to say goodbye to 2020, and so next month's theme is going to be beverage themed. And I got this idea because Nature's Garden Candles sent me a bunch of beverage type fragrance oils that smell super good, and I thought, why not incorporate them into my January soap release? And so today's soap, we're going to be making a cucumber basil mint martini. It smells super good. I've never made soap with it before, so I'm really excited. It smells fresh and clean, and don't let the name martini fool you. It definitely just has like an effervescent finish to it, but it does smell very much like fresh cucumber. It's got a slight basil note to it, not overpowering, and a slight mint, and then it's got that effervescent finish. It's really a pretty smell. So I can't wait to share this design with you. And I'm using a recipe today that is a go-to recipe for me, meaning I use it for a lot of my soaps that I sell. So I will be sharing this recipe on my Patreon campaign. For just a $5 pledge, you can unlock that recipe and everything else I've ever published on my campaign. All right, let's get started. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is go ahead and make sure we have our gloves and long sleeves and put on the safety goggles. And then we're gonna go ahead and blend up the oils and the lye and water solution. These oils have been sitting out since last night, so they're a little bit on the cold side. I'm soaping at room temperature, and for me right now, that's about 68, 67 degrees Fahrenheit. So it is a little cold. So I'm gonna go ahead then and just blend up my oils. Just to make sure they're fully combined. Okay. Then we're going to go ahead and just add the lye and the water solution to the oil mixture. And I'm just going to blend this to a very light trace. Get the oils combined with the lye and water solution. And then I'm going to pour, we're going to do 2 green accent colors. And then we're going to do white with some soap shreds. I'll show you what I'm doing. Okay. So I'm just going to split off my batch. I'm going to pour a little bit in these containers for my green accents. And then the rest of this soap will be white. With some green soap shreds. Okay, so I'm gonna set these aside for just a second, a few minutes here. And then with this white soap, I'm gonna go ahead and add in my titanium dioxide. This is dispersed in water. I don't want this bottom layer of the soap to completely set up, but I do want it partially set up because it's going to be kind of a layered look. And then I'm going to go ahead and pour in about half of the fragrance oil. I'm going to mix it by hand. And then I'm going to take my stick blender and make sure it's all blended up. just realized I forgot to put in my soap shreds. And you know what? I think I'm just gonna leave them out. Sometimes that happens, you know. It's a handmade product, and I'm not gonna edit this part out of the video either, because sometimes it's nice to just see that this is life and things happen. Maybe I'll add a few of them to the top. I'll show you what I prepared for it. But actually, as I'm pouring it in and the design is kind of coming to life, I think it'll look just fine without the shreds. I was gonna put some of these green shreds in that white soap mix down here, but I actually think it's gonna be fine without it. There's gonna be a lot going on anyway in this soap, so I'm gonna go ahead and tamp it down. And then I'm gonna set it aside. This soap is not accelerating at all. It's behaving very, very nicely. So we're gonna just go ahead and move it over off to the side here. And then I'm gonna prepare my accent colors. So in these two containers, I'm gonna be using Emerald Green from Nurture Soap. And I kind of want a lighter kind of green scheme. So I think I'm just gonna add about a half a teaspoon. That's probably gonna be more than enough. And then I'm gonna take the the Green Vibrance Mica, also from Nurture Soap, and just kind of do the same thing. The Green Vibrance may morph and turn a weird color. I can't remember if it's the Kelly Green or the Green Vibrance, but it does come back. And then we're gonna go ahead and pour the rest of the fragrance into these two containers. And then I'm gonna give it a stick blend on low. Okay, I actually am probably gonna add a little bit more of the Green Vibrance. Just want it a little bit brighter. So actually, as you can see, this green did kind of morph to kind of that khaki color, but it will come back to a bright, beautiful, vibrant green. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna do a kind of a drop swirl, but I don't want my drop swirl to go all the way down into the middle of the soap, really. I just kind of want it to be the top. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to do that, but this is still rather loose on the top. So I'm just going to tamp it down, get those air bubbles out. And when I use my little pour pitcher, I'm going to make sure and pour close to the top of that white soap so it sinks down a little bit, but doesn't go all the way down to the bottom. I'll show you what I mean by that. I'll break through a little bit, but for the most part, I want this to stay close to the top. There we go. I've created some cute little embeds to go on top because it has that kind of effervescent, bubbly smell. This was using a marshmallow, let me show you. A little tiny marshmallow mold from Vanulay. This is actually a marshmallow shape, and I've made little white marshmallows with it before. Soap marshmallows. So this time I used some melt and pour soap, some really crystal clear melt and pour soap. The brand that I use is the Stevenson Crystal Soap Base, Melt and Pour Crystal Soap Base by Stevenson. It's a new one to me, but I really like it. And all I did was just put a tiny bit of I'm talking like a couple tiny little drops of the blue lab color just to make this look even more clear. I'll try to show you one close up. Next time I'll try to film that so you guys can see that, but basically I wanted them to look like little ice cubes or even bubbles. So I'm gonna place these, and then I just topped them with some Twinkling Lights glitter, which I'm now out of. So that also comes from Nurture Soap. Okay, and we're just gonna top this. This part might be kind of hard to see, but I'm just kind of randomly placing the little bubbles. And then I have some other items I'm going to be putting on top here. So when I was in my intro, when I was talking about wanting to leave 2020 behind me, I guess I should clarify. I've actually had a really good year personally. A lot of great things have happened this year. So it's hard because I don't ever really talk about like the COVID and things like that on my channel, because I just try to make this a distraction for people, or like a place that people can come and like just kind of forget about what's going on and just relax and watch. But I think I would be remiss if I didn't explain that a lot of the great things that have happened this year for me personally may not have happened. And I know COVID's been a terrible thing, and I am anxious to see it pass. I really, really am. I just want things to get back to normal like everybody else. But I can't deny that for every action in this world, there's an equal and opposite reaction. And I think that there's been some good things that have happened as a result. So I'm counting my blessings and staying positive. I still have income. I still it's allowed some really good family time in my house. So there's just a lot of great things to be thankful for. And I think having that attitude of positivity just really goes a long way. Okay. So I'll try to show this up close when I'm done, but they're cute. It just looks like little bubbles floating to the top. And then I have some other items I'm gonna put on there. Okay, so there's the little bubbles. Cute. And then to this, I'm gonna be adding in some of these white sugar sprinkles. So I'm placing it in my hand, and then we're just gonna sprinkle the top with these white sugar crystals. And then the last thing I'm gonna top it with, well, I don't think I want to put any gold in this soap. I think I just wanted it to be white and green schemed. I think I'm gonna save the gold for the mango lime martini soap when I make the mango lime martini. Looking at this little section over here, this one might be kind of cute. This is just a white. I'm gonna try one and see. Maybe we'll just do a few. It's pretty cute. Not overdo it. There we go. Cute. I thought I had just plain white balls like that, but it's mixed in with the gold. So I'm gonna save that one for different soap. Okay. Okay. I'm just going to take the top and spritz it down with some 99% rubbing alcohol. Just to prevent soda ash, and I'm going to show this to you up close. As this dries and becomes more opaque, I think those little bubbles will show up a little bit more clear, but I kind of like that it has the color showing through, and it just looks super nice and it's not overstated. So maybe it's a good thing that I didn't add those soap shreds in. But next time maybe we'll give it a try or just put a little bit in there. All right, stay tuned for the cutting. Okay, everybody, we're back to go ahead and cut the cucumber basil mint soap. And I had to wait 2 days to slice it because I wanted to show you that that green, that morphed, that green vibrance mica came right back to a really beautiful green. It's kind of hard to see the difference between the two greens, but if you're looking closely, you can see. And we're gonna go ahead and cut these into 1-inch slices. Now I am not using my multi-bar cutter today because of the melt and pour embeds. I am using a soap cutter that's made for melt and pour soap, so that we can slice through those embeds. I just wanted to make sure no, that's gonna be too big. I need to adjust this real quick to my regular soap slice. There we go. Okay. All right. And there, you can see the two different colors in there now. It took 48 hours for that green vibrance to come back to a bright green. I like the swirl in that one. All right, everybody, if you liked this video, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share with your friends. Catch you on the next video.